Hi, my name is Stephen Joseph, and I'm the president and founder of EvoStream Communications. I'm also your host on this podcast, The Modern Enterprise, where we talk about everything from sales, technology, to entrepreneurship and leadership. Now, in today's video, we're going to be extracting another short from the conversation we had with Accedian. Now, again, Accedian is one of our partners. They provide network performance monitoring and security operations management tools. And what we want to highlight today is part of the conversation where we talk about data analytics, integrations, AI, and then some use cases in the manufacturing and healthcare industries. So again, really excited to bring to you this partner and this conversation that we had. We're going to include the long form of the conversation on YouTube, but in today's short clip, we're going to just focus on one of the best parts of this conversation that we had, again, centered around analytics, AI, use cases, etc. So again, please tune in, and we look forward to hearing your feedback.
Well, that brings up a question I have, depending on, I guess, the use case, right? And I'm thinking about manufacturing, I'm thinking about healthcare, industries that have very expensive machinery or equipment, and they're trying to understand, so we've kind of keep always talking about the network component because, like, I'm a network guy, right? Telecom. And one of the things that I'm curious about, and this may be outside of, your scope, but if you have an MRI or imaging machine, or you have a piece of heavy machinery, and you've made a huge investment in that, right? It's something that's supposedly going to change your supply chain or your assembly line. To what degree does an Accedian sort of probe provide performance on say the LAN, right? And what type of dashboard or interface is somebody going to get that may be in more of an operational role? Is this something that is just for the network guys, or is it a tool that may be able to be used for, say, a facilities manager or an operations person that wants to understand how equipment is performing?
This gets into the whole IoT device discussion as well, right? In terms of monitoring devices and the performance of those devices. So there's a use case that we're working on in terms of manufacturing and healthcare, where we would be able to monitor some IoT devices that are connected to the network, as an example, right? So where we're able to get visibility into performance data from those devices, absolutely, we can bring that into our tool. Now, as an example, I don't have examples of data types. Maybe Greg does, but this is something we're working on right now, so that we can actually focus on the verticals and have a story there for them. As you know, it's a critical need. Also, on the other flip side of that is also the applications that are tied to those devices. So there's, like, for example, in healthcare, EHR applications and different applications. Some of those are tied to IoT devices and some of the data that goes back to that. So you have to guarantee availability and things like that. So
another example is we're working with a customer, and you think of server information, right? Temperature, CPU usage, memory usage, and that's something that typically, when it comes to looking at application monitoring or network monitoring, you're not looking at that, right? You're looking at information going back and forth and figuring, well, this server is slow to respond, or this firewall is a bottleneck. But what we're doing with one customer was actually taking those KPIs, which are temperature, usage, and we're able to line them up with the user experience and the network performance. So what that's giving them, and I think that ties into this device, this expensive machine that could be a robot doing a function. We could be pulling KPIs from that unit and lining them up with others and saying the unit is performing slowly today, and we believe it's because blah blah blah. Instead of it's performing slowly, let's take a look at this, let's take a look at that. Because the key to a lot of what we do is being able to look at data at the same time. And this is what troubleshooting people have been doing for their whole lives, right? Give me the logs for this, give me the logs for that, give me the logs for that. If the timestamps are good, they'll put them on a table and they'll sort them out and they'll figure it out. And we're just doing that visually and rapidly, as opposed to looking at 5 different sources of data.
But I also think the benefit that we bring in terms of our solution is we're one of the few solutions that has that analytic engine, which means that you can ingest third-party data tied to those machines and bring it into a single dashboard. So you can tie all the KPIs back to a particular business outcome or to a particular hardware device, and then monitor some of the things that Greg's talked about. And those are the types of things we're looking at doing it in the healthcare and the manufacturing space specifically right now.
Hey guys, thanks again for listening to this video. Again, we're the Modern Enterprise, and we're trying to bring leadership, entrepreneurship, and everything tech business to you through this podcast. Now, if you want to get in touch with us, of course, we love it when you direct message us on LinkedIn, comment, share this post, and please check out our YouTube channel and on Instagram or directly at www.evo-stream.com.